A congressman who sits on the government's UFO Task Force, someone who's actually been briefed on classified material, said publicly that what he's seen underscores the Christian worldview. Now, I'm not a UFO guy, and I'm not a politics guy, but I am a Bible guy, and what I think he means by that is the Bible has already described this: non-human beings operating in the atmosphere and interacting with humanity. The Bible has a category for what he's looking at in those classified files. I think that's what he's saying. And coming from a guy with that level of security clearance, I think it's worth paying attention to. This is The Other Cheek. So here's the deal, and I'll keep this simple because I'm not here to talk about politics or government. The U.S. government has been releasing UFO files, but they're not calling them UFOs anymore. They're calling them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. And what used to get you labeled as a conspiracy theorist is now being discussed in congressional hearings. And I don't know what they are. It could be military technology, could be fallen angels, or it could be something else entirely. But people are asking big questions. And honestly, in my own experience, I haven't always heard great answers. So let's pull the thread on this. Republican Eric Burlison, he's on the House UAP Task Force. He's actually been briefed on the classified material, and he said publicly, the things that I've seen and been briefed on, it does fit, and really even underscores the Christian worldview. A guy with a security clearance and looking at classified files, and his conclusion is that the Bible makes sense of it. I think that's worth sitting in. And here's what I keep coming back to. The Bible isn't silent on this. It's been telling us for thousands of years that there are beings outside of this world that aren't human. Let me give you a few examples. Daniel 10, the angel shows up to Daniel and says he was delayed for 21 days by something called the Prince of Persia. Not a human king, a non-human being operating in the atmosphere, affecting real-time events. That's in the text. The sons of God take human wives, non-human beings interacting physically with human beings. The Bible already has a category for that. And then Paul in Ephesians 6:12, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. High places, heavenly places, the atmosphere. It's not a metaphor. It's a real unseen realm that interacts with ours. Okay, so now's when I'm going to bring in someone who knows way more about this stuff than I do. His name is Timothy Alberino. He's a researcher, explorer, and author who spent years studying this from a biblical framework. And what I like about him the most is he doesn't just call them demons, case closed. He actually digs into the text.
Every time that human beings encounter angelic beings within the biblical narrative, the description of the angels is always the same. They look like men. Indeed, Paul says that it's possible to entertain angels unawares, which means that you can confuse them for human beings. They're not human beings. They are, in fact, an extraterrestrial, non-human race.
Wow. And here's something that I keep sitting with. Not all of these encounters are the same. Some people experience light and telling them that they're divine, while others report terror or horror and paralysis, something that they couldn't control and couldn't stop. Those don't sound like the same things to me at all. But here's what's interesting. Both categories have something in common. Neither one points you to Jesus. One flatters you, the other controls you. And 2 Corinthians 11:14 already told us, Satan masquerades around like an angel of light. Deception doesn't always look the same. Sometimes it looks beautiful, and sometimes it looks like a nightmare. But the fruit is the same. 1 John 4:1, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. 1 John 4:1, test the spirits. The Bible doesn't say to ignore it. It says to test it. And the filter is simple. Does it point you towards Jesus or not? And if Jesus isn't in the picture, there's your answer. But here's where I land. I don't know what's in those classified files. I don't know exactly what the Watchers in Genesis 6 were doing. I don't know what Ezekiel saw in that wheel. I don't know a lot of things, but I will say this flat. Ephesians 1:21. Jesus is seated far above all principality, all power, all might, all dominion, and every name that is named and unnamed. Whatever is out there, Whether it flatters you or terrifies you, he has authority over it. The disclosure moment doesn't threaten the gospel. If anything, it might open a door to it. But hey, we just pull the thread. We don't tie the knot. This is The Other Cheek.